Hello and welcome to Rahman Digital Production. Today we are going to continue the concept of decision making, and today we are going to start the fourth type of decision making concept, and that is nested if statement. What is nested if statement? An if statement inside another if statement is called nested if statement. Many a time in your programming career, you will face such a situation in which this nested if is very handy. So let's understand the general form of nested if statement, and that is given below. Uh, the first one here is if statement, and there will be a condition. If this condition is true, this statement or a group of statements will be executed. If the condition is false, then this statement will not be executed and this one will be tested. If this condition is true, then this statement or a group of statements will be executed. If this condition is false, then it will go to the elif statement and the condition will be tested. And similarly, we are going to study this. If this condition is true, then this group of statements will be executed. If at the first try this expression is giving us false, then directly it will come to this statement. Now let us take that program we did in previous lectures, that is the toss program, and let us make it more sophisticated just because I told you that we will learn more about the toss in the upcoming lecture. So let us observe that program as well. Note the indentation of nested if statement. Here I made in the first program, there was 0 for head and 1 for tail. So they were telling us, the program was telling us that it came down as a 0 or 1. So that was my promise to you that we will make it more realistic and we will say that it came down as head or tail. So we use the if condition here, which is not nested if but if. Here first I am taking Rohit tossed the coin and Babar called. Now we have to store the result in toss, and that is random dot rand int between 0 and 1. Through this statement, computer will generate a number either 0 or 1. So we are testing the condition. If this toss value is 0, then we are declaring another variable, that is t, and is equal to head. But if it is not, then we will check this condition. If toss is equal to 1, then we will store tail string inside the t. So instead of 0 and 1, we will use what? We will use head and tail. Now let us try the condition. We change the conditions as well. T is equal to head and call is also head. If the tossed coin is giving us head and the call from the captain was head, or T is equal to tail, the coin is coming down as tail, and the call was also tail, so it means that the calling captain has won the toss. And we will say it came down as a T, either it will be head or it will be tail. So if it is tail, it came down as a tail. Babar has won the toss. Now we will wait for the decision. Input Babar, what you are going to do. Whatever his answer is, it will be stored in the decision. And then finally, the commentator will say, Pakistan have won the toss and elected to decision. Decision mean here, bat or ball. Bat first. If this condition is false, it will come to this. It means that Babar has not won the toss and Rohit Sharma has won the toss. So friend, it came down as a T, whatever called by the calling captain is not true. So it will become upside down and it will be printed Rohit have won the toss. Now we will wait for Rohit decision that Rohit what you are going to do, and whatever decision he is taking it will be printed here through this command. India have won the toss and elected to bat or field first. Let us write this program in the IDE and check the result. Dear students, I made changes inside that program according to that slide. I explained it right now. Exactly nothing is more than that slide. So let us directly check this program. Right click, run Python and run Python in terminals. So according to the first call, input Rohit tossed and Rohit tossed the coin and Babar called for tail. And let's see what is coming down. It came down as a tail. Babar has won the toss and now Babar will take the decision whether to bat first or bowl first. So, Babar, what you are going to do, we will bat first. So, it is saying Pakistan have won the toss according to this statement. Pakistan have won the toss and elected to bat first. Let us run this program once more and see whether again Pakistan is winning the toss or this time India is winning the toss. So this time again Babar called for tail and it came down as a head. So it means Babar has lost the toss and Rohit have won the toss and Rohit is saying we will bowl first. So India have won the toss and elected to bowl first. This is the news from the center. Okay, that was the whole story about this program. Nothing difficult is there. With minor changes, we made this program a sophisticated one. Now let's move forward and write another very interesting program. Pakistan Atomic Energy Commission is launching an aircraft through Sparko to the space. And from the master control room, the engineers and scientists will check the activities of that aircraft. So let us write an Earth atmosphere, a multi-layer cake. Remember that there are five major layers. They are troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. There are many more, but these are the major. One is the outer space. 99.99% of the atmosphere is below these five spheres. So we will take in consideration these three from 100 kilometer up above, that is called the edge, that is called outer space above that. So we are not talking about that, but we will take an account in the if statement. Actually, we are doing the nested if statement right now. Let us first consider the table. Dear students, remember that understanding the problem is not the wastage of time. It is said that if you understood the program concept correctly, then you are well on your way to develop a program. If you don't know what you are going to develop and you are sitting in front of your computer, then what you will do? So take time, understand the problem. Understanding correctly the problem is half of the solution of that problem. Coding and other activities are not that much difficult once you understood the problem. So there is a sphere with the name Tropo and it is still 12 kilometers from the Earth's surface, which is exactly 7.5 miles. Now above from 12 kilometer to 50 kilometer there is another sphere which is called stratosphere, and that is 7.5 miles to 30 miles. The third one is mesosphere and its distance from the earth approximately is 50 kilometer to 80 kilometers. That is 30 miles to 50 miles approximately. The fourth one is thermosphere and its distance from the earth lies between 80 kilometer to 700 kilometer, and that comes out to be 50 miles and 440 miles. The last one is exosphere, which is the farthest one in our atmosphere, that is 700 kilometer to 10,000 kilometer, means 440 miles to 6,200 miles. Now actually what we will do, we are sitting in the master control room controlling the activities of this spacecraft. We will ask from the engineer that what is the distance right now from the earth of that spacecraft. So we will use distance as a variable and we will store whatever distance is entered by the scientist or engineers. Let us study this program. So here I am saying distance and input, enter the distance of spacecraft. The data will be provided by the space engineers. So if the distance is greater than or equal to 12, then you will see that this if is indented from the beginning of the line, so it is nested if. First this will be checked. If this is true, then it will check this condition, but if this is false, it will come directly to the else and it will give you invalid distance. For example, if somebody is entering -1, we will check that value when we run the actual program. So if this condition is true, then the second condition, remember, let us to make it realistic, we are giving 1000 as the distance in the first. So the distance value is 1000. Now this will be checked. 1000 is greater than or equal to 12, true. So the next if statement will be discussed, and it will check that 1000 is greater than or equal to, it is not greater than 10,000. So it means it is false. This will not be executed and it will come to this. 1000 is greater than 700. Yes, it is. So this statement will be printed. The spacecraft is currently traveling in the exosphere. Similarly, if the distance is greater than 0, then the spacecraft is traveling in thermosphere. Remember that if it is greater than 10,000, then there is an outer space, and that is geocorona hydrogen atom. That's atmosphere is called. So I took these values of 50, 12, and if it is greater than 0, then 0 to 12 means that it will be in troposphere. Uh, I took these values from this table. If it is from 0 to 12 kilometer, then it is in troposphere. If it is between 12 and 50 kilometer, it is in stratosphere. Similarly, 50 to 80 will yield meso, 80 to 700 kilometer will thermo, and 700 kilometer to 10,000 kilometer exo. And above the 10,000 kilometer, there is geocorona or hydrogen atom sphere is there. So I wrote all these values according to that table. Now let us discuss the program practically, and I wrote this program for you in advance. Exactly, I wrote the same thing. Let me clear first the terminal, and this distance will be given by the engineer or scientist. So whatever value is provided by that scientist or engineer about the current position of the spacecraft will be stored inside the distance. And then the testing of the condition. If this condition is true, then this condition will also be tested. If this is false, then this. If this is false, then this will be checked. If this is false, one will be correct. If no one is correct, then the else statement will be executed and it will say invalid distance. For example, if we are giving -1. Let us check this program first, and I am giving first 1000 value. So it is saying the spacecraft is currently traveling in exosphere, and that is this one, because 1000 is greater than 700. When this is executed, then no elif statement will be executed. But if this is false, then next elif statement will be executed. Let us run this program one more time, and this time I am giving 12,000 as the value. So the spacecraft is currently traveling to geocorona hydrogen atom sphere. Let us run it one more time and test more values, and that is, for example, -1. You can see that it is invalid distance. The spacecraft is not traveling inside the earth. So that was the whole story. Thank you very much for your time.